Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. The day has finally arrived. We have finally received our Bogart wheels and had our tires mounted on the wheels. Now before we get to that, if you would, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like and notification bell, and share this out to anyone and everyone that likes car stuff, and even those that don't, go ahead and force it on them and make them watch. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to install these wheels and tires onto the F150. These are a set of custom-made Bogart D10s. They are in 20-inch by 9 up front and then 20-inch by 10 in the rear. And we went ahead and we're going to stick some, install some Mickey Thompson ET Street SS's 275 up front and then 305s in the rear. They are roughly, I'd say 29 inches tall. So I think we're going to save about maybe inch and a half-ish, inch and a quarter from the stock tire size. So with that being said, we might have to adjust the front suspension on the ride height. It might be too much. We'll see what it looks like when we get everything put on and adjust the ride height at that point in time. But let's go ahead and get these stuck on, see what they look like, and that way we can get out to the track and see if these improve the ET at all in the 8th mile. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's get these crappy stock tires taken off. Now these Mickey Thompson tires, these are directional, so you need to make sure that whenever you have the company mount them, that they're mounted properly and that you install them on the truck properly, because they are a directional tire, which means they're only supposed to go one way. Now we got some lug nuts here. So these thread pitch on these are a 14 millimeter by 1.5 thread pitch, and they're going to be a tapered acorn style. The ones that I ordered are not here yet, so these are just temporary. I actually ordered a open end lug nut just in case I decided to swap out the studs for a longer higher strength stud. So we're waiting on those. So once I get those, I'm just going to swap them out. All right. So that's what it's going to look like on there. So let's get all the rest of the wheels and tires off and get this on the ground. Now on the fronts, I forgot to mention that we do have something extra for the front. We are actually going to be doing a 6-piston wheelwood caliper setup. So that is one reason why I had to have these custom made. So Bogart made these wheels specifically to fit over the wheelwood 6-piston big rotor brake setup that they have. So that is something that we have planned coming up. Now, honestly, with the braking power that this has stock, they are pretty damn good. And honestly, I don't think you really need to do them. I'm doing it just to do it. I think it looks cool. That's pretty much about it. The stopping power on these trucks stock are actually really good. With that being said, let's get on to the rest of them. Okay, so these lug nuts that I purchased have a locking lug nut with it, which is a shorter depth inside for some reason. So I had to use a regular lug nut on the rear, which took away another lug nut. So now I'm down 2. So now I'm going to run up to the store, get a couple more lug nuts, and then I'll be back. So that's where we're at. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am back from O'Reilly's with the correct number of lug nuts that I need to get this finished up. So let's go ahead and get these on the truck, and that way we can get the truck on the ground. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing on the ground and see what it looks like. Whew, I'm excited. All right, so that's it on the ground. That's pretty much what it's going to look like, except that it's so low now that the arms are now stuck underneath the truck, so it's still actually jacked up. So I'm going to need to go get my jack the truck up so I can pull the arms out from the lift out from underneath it, so we'll actually sit at ride height. So still not ride height, so let me go get my jack. All right, so that is it at ride height. So it's got a slight rake to it. I'll measure them, but I always like to have about a 1/2 inch rake in my lower trucks. This is just personal preference. So we'll measure them and see what the difference is between the front and the rear, if it's still at the same 1/2 inch difference that I had the stock ones at. It should be, because they're the same size tires as far as the front and the rear. And then we need to go and torque down all the lug nuts. And then we also need to adjust the speedometer. So if you do have a Whipple with the Tomahawk that they gave you, you can mess with the tire height. So you'll just need to measure the tire, put that into the Tomahawk, and then that will recalculate the speedometer. So we'll go through that process as well. But for now, let's go ahead, measure, and then torque everything down. All right, so we have 33 inches from the ground to the lip of the wheel well, so that's 33 inches in the rear. And then on the front, we have 32.5 inches from the floor to the wheel well lip. So 1/2 inch rake still, so we're still good there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments of what y'all think as far as the ride height and where it's sitting, and what kind of rake it has on there. Just let me know what y'all think, if y'all like that, if y'all like them lower. Rear can't go any lower, so front can a little bit, but I don't want to go too low. But let me know what you think. So let's go ahead and get them all torqued down. Okay, so I just went back to refresh my memory on the Tomahawk diagnostic tool on how they want the tire size calculated. So to get the exact speedometer calculations, you need to measure rollout. To measure rollout, you have to measure the circumference of the tire while it's inflated. So basically, the easiest way to do that is to get some string. I found some paracord that I had, and then you're just going to go all the way around the tire, take that piece of string, and then measure it out and see how many inches that is. And then you've got to convert that to millimeters, and then they have a chart in there, or the millimeters you put into the Tomahawk, and that's how it calculates their tire size. So let's get this measured up with the paracord and find out how many inches it is, get that converted over to millimeters, and then we can get that put into the tool. All right, now that we got that done, we can get this measured onto a tape measure and see how many inches it is. Okay, so we are at 91 inches. So we got to take 91 and multiply that by some ridiculous number to get some foreign measurement that we don't use here in America. So let me see what that is. So 25.4. All right, so let's take 91 times, what did I say? 25.4. 25.4 is 2,311.4 millimeters. Awesome. So that's what we need to put into the Tomahawk. So let's go and get that hooked up and get this number put in there so we can get our speedo fixed. All right, so for the tomahawk portion, this is if you have a Whipple. So if you don't have a Whipple, disregard all this stuff. So you're gonna turn the truck on to accessories. And then you're gonna plug up the tomahawk. And it should be, let's see. Be, I think, in diagnostic. Let's see. There we go. So there's a tire axle change under diagnostic. Press enter. Tire axle change, enter again. And then the right arrow key to edit. And then the right arrow again to move. Okay. Okay. All right. With the, okay, so enter when it's highlighted on tire, and then you can change that. So ours was 23. Okay, you can hold it down. I think it was 2311, but it was a little bit more. Let's just go 2316. So hit enter. So axle is 373, so we're not going to change that. Enter, enter. All right, so right to get into the save change. So enter when it says save changes. And it's going to configuring, writing data. All right, and process is complete. So then you just need to turn the car off for about 4 seconds. And that is it for the tire learn. So Speedo should be correct now. If not, again, if you have a Whipple with the Tomahawk, that is included, so you can change tire size. If you do not, I don't know if they're, I mean, without a forescan, I don't think you can do it. So you can probably do it with someone that has a forescan, but that would be the only other option, since HP Tuners is not available for this thing yet. So that is it for the tire change portion. So let's go and we'll do some driving, and we're going to try to hit the track tomorrow, depending on if the track is open. We're going to try to get this done. Since we got Texas 2K coming up, if we don't go tomorrow, we will have to wait until after Texas 2K, or actually after Mopar Heaven, because I got that to do. So it will be April before we can go out with this truck again, if I can't get out this weekend. And that's going to depend on the weather and if the track decides to open or not, if I can get out there tomorrow. So with that being said, you might or might not see this video before Texas 2K. It just depends. But I'm going to try to get some stuff out, again, like I've said before. It just might be sporadic, but we are working on this truck. We just have other stuff going on too. So March is kind of busy. Lots of races going on, lots of shows. So if I can't get out to the track this Sunday, then the next time I'll be able to get out won't be until probably the 1st of April. So the rest of the content that'll be coming out will be racing stuff, a Texas 2K, Mopar Heaven, that kind of stuff. So again, if this video doesn't come out until after then, that's what the deal is. Just got too busy and we just couldn't get to the track. Track wasn't open or weather wasn't as good as we need it to be to get out to the track. So the track, it needs to be at least 50 degrees here for the track to open. So we'll go out and do some driving, see how this drives right now though on the road, and see if we can tell a difference, see if the ride quality changes, see if it's better, see if traction's better, all that kind of stuff. So let's go out and get some driving done. All right guys, we're gonna take a quick little drive to see ride quality, and then also there is a police speed trap thingy over by a neighborhood, so I can actually see if the speedometer is correct. So we'll see if I put in the correct numbers and my math is mathing out correctly. Yeah, this is actually pretty smooth. There it is. That's what I need. Better be working today.
The what?
I said that's what I need. It better be working today.
Has it not been working?
Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 miles per hour. Wait, was that 2 miles per hour below?
Your truck's 2 mile an hour fast.
2 miles an hour fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is pretty close.
He's actually riding really well. I was actually expecting a rougher ride than this.
Riding on rubber bands like some of your other cars.
I mean, they're 35 series on the rear.
Are they?
Yeah, and 40 up front. Yeah. Yeah, that fucking gets it. That will fucking get it. No spin. At least I felt. It's been a little bit. I can feel it between the shifts.
It's a lot better.
It is a lot better. Yeah, that's way better.
The old stalkers were like ice.
Yeah, they were a little dangerous, honestly.
Yeah.
I can tell a difference too, just driving like turns and stuff. I can tell a difference that they're wider. Sweet. Hopefully if the track's open tomorrow, I can get out there and get a couple runs in and see if this thing got a little bit faster. I think four-wheel drive will probably help too.
Yeah.
right, guys, I would say that the test drive is a success. I can tell a difference as far as grip and traction. Drivability, it's awesome. Actually, it doesn't feel any different than stock. It's not jarring, it's not rough. Actually rides really good. So now we just need to get out to the track, which hopefully I can do that tomorrow. Again, if not, then this video will not come out until after Texas 2K, because I do not have time to get back out unless it's tomorrow. So hopefully we can get out tomorrow and see if this thing goes. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, we are here at the racetrack. We were able to make it. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. It's about 60-ish degrees, so a good day to come out here and test out these tires. So we're going to be doing some testing and probably two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, since I've got the tires to actually test. And we'll see what this thing makes down the track with these new tires. So right now we have them set at about, I think, 25 PSI, so we're going to start there, and then we're going to figure out from there if it needs to be lowered or not. And then probably play with the shock settings as well. I've already got the rear one click tighter, so the suspension is going to be a little bit tighter in the rear, so hopefully it plants and goes. So we'll get loaded up, get out on the track, and hopefully go a little bit faster this time. Let's see. Alright, guys, so actually we're going to do a four-wheel drive hit the very first time. Someone just wrecked and watered down the track, and it's fresh. So we're going to do a four-wheel drive hit at the beginning here, and then we'll go from there. That was not good. That missed a couple gears. All right, so definitely missed a couple gears, or hung some gears driving. Yeah, that was not good. Definitely still spun. think I need to do a little bit longer burnout. And then I think I need to try a second gear hit, or off a little bit more off idled. 73, I'm sorry. Thank you. All right, so yeah, way slower. It was a 775. That was ridiculous. So let's we're gonna let the truck cool down, and we'll go out for another hit. Probably mess with a couple more settings, figure out what's going on. Maybe air pressure is too high, but we'll see. Maybe I need to do a little bit longer burnout. Starting second gear, something's up. So we'll be back. All right, and that's still not better. Jesus Christ, I cannot win today. Thank you. All right, so we did a 755. So it was faster than the first one, but still not going in the right direction. Oh, I think this is gonna be one of those track days that is not gonna work with me. So, all right, so I'm gonna let it cool down again and go out there and see if we can get another one, see if we can get it any lower. But this, unfortunately, is how it goes.
Quarter mile.
A lot of times. Is shit does not work out the way you want it to, and things are not going the way I want it to right now. So, all right, we'll be back. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for today's track day. So I only got 2 runs in. It's just one of those days at the track. It's not going well. People are braking. The staging lane looks like a parking lot. So I was only able to get 2 runs in, and I was about to go up there to go do another one, but I did not have time to sit around and wait for that line. So 755 is the best that we got out of these new tires. Now, one thing that you have to know is once you add a new part into your mix, it's almost like a whole new car. So you have to look at tire pressure, launch RPM, shock settings. So there's so much that you got to play around with to get it back basically to where you were before. So that's kind of what we're at. We're just got to play around with it, but that's gonna basically do it for this truck until April is probably when we're going to be able to start working on this thing again. We got Texas 2K coming up and Mopar Heaven, so we've got some other things coming up. So that is going to do it for a little while on the F150. So 7:30 so far, best time that we've gotten in this thing with stock tires. Went slower with better tires, but it's just part of that learning. Once you add something new in the mix, you've got to readjust everything and relearn how to launch, drive, tire pressures, all that stuff changes. So it's just part of racing, but it's also part of the fun of getting better and getting faster. So that will do it, and we'll be back for a new install video once we get done with Texas 2K and Mopar Heaven, and then we'll come out and do some more testing. I might get out here after Texas 2K to do some more testing with these tires, just to see if I can get it any faster before we do any kind of other modifications and throw something brand new into the mix. But we got a lot more modifications and installs going on, not only performance but appearance as well, and we got some interior stuff coming for you as well. So that will do it. So if you could go ahead and subscribe, hit that like and notification bell, and share this out with all your friends. And until next time, check you later.